Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. And today, I want to share with you guys yet again another Invicta watch. Now, if you're new to the channel, I have reviewed Invicta watches for quite some time. I'm one of the, I would say, the OGs of reviewing Invicta watches. You're finding a lot more of guys sharing their passion for the brand on YouTube. And as my channel has grown and progressed, I've kind of branched off into really making it just all about everything I'm into. It's really Phatkat Collections is just a kind of a vlog. It's kind of a hybrid vlog channel. It's a review channel. It's an unboxing channel, but it's a discussion channel. But it's all about all kinds of products. Now, although I am a huge fan of watches, I've been collecting watches since I was about 19 years old. I have 140. I have sold some of them. Some of the ones that just didn't get a lot of wrist time. And, you know, sometimes there's other things I wanted to spend the money on. So I've kind of flipped a few watches and taken that money and used it elsewhere. Just because, you know, I'd rather, if a watch is something that just sits in my box or my safe, and I don't wear it at all, and I find myself going to other watches. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I'll have watches and I find, you know, when I wear it, I take the money, I get another Invicta, just because although I love having a huge selection of watches in my lineup, there's always, I know with an Invicta watch, it's going to get more wrist time than really anything. Aragon's another go-to, but again, all the watches I have, whether it be from Sterling, Aquadive, Visser, Aquasea, Invicta, Aragon, Bulova, if I didn't say that already, Delta T, all my watches, for the most part, get wrist time. And if I find that they don't, and to be honest with you, a lot of the watches that I have sold were generally ones that were very similar to other watches I own, like Submariner homage watches. I sold a couple of those just because I just didn't really wear them. You know, I mean, I have, you know, from working with a lot of different companies, after I've, you know, all said and done, I've done the review, I've used the watches, I've enjoyed the watches at some point. I like to, you know, if it's something I'm not really wearing as much anymore, I like to give it a new home. So with Invictas, they're just also unique. There's never really one in the collection where I say, oh, even when it's the same brand or the same model of Venom, it's so, the other Venom I have is so different from the other Venom. Like, for a reason why I have eight or nine Grand Octanes in different colors. I love that watch. It's my favorite Invicta watch, hands down. As far as the OG, not OG, but, well, he's been doing it a while. As far as the other collectors out there, Tommy Big Time has got the biggest Grand Octane collection. I think he almost has almost every single one. Pretty awesome collection. So I definitely give him kudos for having a collection of, I mean, man knows what he likes, and I get it, because like the Grand Octane is my favorite watch, hands down. I mean, if I could only wear one watch for the rest of my life ever again, it would be that watch. So definitely check that out. This video isn't about the Grand Octane, but you owe it to yourself to have one in your collection. So the one I do want to talk about today is one that I have reviewed in the past. It's one that I have talked about a lot in the past. It was one that got a lot of hype. And I don't know if that's the right word, the right phrase, hype, but it got a lot of attention from Invicta collectors. And Invicta really did kind of a release on it. A lot of times they'll come out with new models, but you don't have like a waited, anticipated release. And it's this one right here. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know what this watch is. This is the Hercules. So this was highly anticipated. People were just waiting for this thing to come out. It is a beautiful watch. It's one I don't have, believe it or not, in my collection. I will acquire one at some point, and I probably will get this exact color combination. Now, I've seen price on these things are all over the place. When it first came out, they were going for $1,000 each, and they sold out. As time has gone on, like the Magnum, that was another perfect example of a watch that got a lot of hype, that Invicta really controlled, in my opinion, the release of that watch. You know, they didn't make a whole bunch, so the price was cheap. They really kind of controlled that price, where you can get these watches now, like the Magnum, the Hercules, for about $300 to $350 on average, which is still, I'd say $350 is a little high, but if you like it, you buy it. I paid upwards of $400 for some Invictas. Something I really want, if it's something that I know that if I don't get it, if I don't strike while they are hot, I probably won't be able to get it again. It's just you have to, you know, weigh your budget versus your wants and desires. So this is one that I will eventually get. They did have these on special for $188 not that long ago. Not this particular color combination. It was the black and silver version. I almost picked it up, but I really want to hold out for the gold. Eventually I'll get it, but right now, you know, I have so many. I kind of put the brakes on for a little while. You know, I'm not a rich guy, so I definitely will get this one though eventually. So when you think Hercules, when I say Hercules, if you haven't seen this watch, it is the perfect name for this watch. It is absolutely something that screams, look at me. Beautiful. It's got what I would consider, this is very similar to some of the things you might find in a Julius Caesar movie. You have kind of, I believe this is wheat. I think it's a wheat leaf. And correct me if I'm wrong. Guys, when I do a video, it's really, you know, right out of the box and giving you guys my honest, like, uninfluenced opinion. So when I grab a watch, I share with you guys, it's how I'm feeling right at the moment, how I feel when I throw it on the wrist. I don't like to script it. I don't like to plan for the videos. I really like to just do it as if we were just window shopping together, and I'm like, bam, look at that watch, check that shit out. So that's kind of how I like to record. That's how I like to, you know, to give you guys just raw, honest reviews full of integrity. So I'll be honest with you, when I first saw this watch, I wasn't really too blown away by it for what, probably because of what they were charging for it. But now that I've seen it, I've reviewed it a few times, I really do appreciate the watch. This watch, mark my words, this watch would be absolutely stunning if they made it in a two-tone yellow gold rose tone combination. Even a tritone. Invicta has never done, to my knowledge, a tritone. This would be a great candidate for a tritone. Black, or sorry, silver, or any colors really, but the best would be rose tone, yellow tone, and silver, or at the minimum, rose tone and yellow tone. It is my favorite color combination. It just reeks of just bling. It is just over the top. I love that color combination. And unfortunately, Invicta doesn't make a lot of that color combination. It's probably not really super popular, but for me, I love that color combination. I have a Grand Octane in that, and it's one of my favorite watches. I have a Grand Diver in that. Other than that, I don't think I have any other ones. It's, again, a really difficult color combination to find. So let's check this one out. Bam! You have that beautiful, what I would call like Julius Caesar crowned bezel, or sort of like a chain link. Although it is not, you know, there's no flex in it, so it feels like it's one piece. Either they've soldered that or welded it or however they make it. It's not going to move around and wiggle on you, which is kind of a concern I had when I first saw this watch. You have that same chain theme right in the buckle or the end of the clasp here of the band, and of course the lugs right in between there. As far as the finishes on this, you have mirror polishing going in the center of the links, mirror polishing on what we'll call the bezel, or what is the bezel, and then mirror polishing on these chain links or chain inserts right on the end of the case. You have mirror polishing, silver mirror polishing on the crown and function pushers. This crown is very similar to the crown you're going to find on, which is it that I have on the, dang, which watch is that? They've copied this crown or used this crown from another Invicta. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but just so you know, some of the Invicta watches will have screw-down crowns. Some will not. This particular one does have a screw-down crown. Some of the other models, they've decreased the water resistance depending on which style you get, and kind of dropped the price point. So I know that's been kind of a concern for some people. You go from like a 900 feet water resistance to 600. For me, I never care. You know, for me, guys, these are not tool watches. Although I'm sure some people have used these watches to dive with and swim with. I generally will wear it in the hot tub, sometimes a shower, but for the most part, I take it off. If I was going to go down, you know, to a casino in Vegas or whatever, I was going to be by the pool, I'd probably continue to wear it. You know, it's not something I would take off. If it's going to be around a pool, I'll definitely wear it. It's an accessory, you know. I don't take my earrings off. I'm wearing a necklace to wear a necklace. It's something you can get wet. If you take a watch of this and you get it wet and it leaks, you got a defective one, and that does happen with any brand. But I've never had any issues. They've all been watertight. On this, you have that kind of royal blue face, which is very similar to the Subaquanoma 5 I have. Same color combination, gold and blue face minus the silver. It's a great looking watch. It's a very flashy looking watch. And I think that if you're an Invicta collector, Invicta lover, if you haven't added this to your collection, you should. If you're a guy who might look at this and say, I'm not really feeling it. I love the Invicta brand. I love the big watches, but not too sure about it. One thing that kind of pushed me over the edge of saying, yep, I want to get it eventually, is the size. At first, I didn't realize that it's getting close to the size of your Grand Octane. Now, it's not as large. As far as exact measurement at the bezel, I really need to get a caliper one of these days, but you were looking at, let's see what we got here. So right about 55 millimeters at the bezel. So you're not getting that full size 58 millimeter you're going to get out of a Grand Octane or a Grand Arsenal or Sea Hunter, but it's right in between your standard 52 millimeter Venom and then of course your Grand Octane, Grand Arsenal, Sea Hunter. So it's a nice size watch. It's big, it's chunky, it's bold, and it is just a fantastic piece. I think it wears, for me, it's very similar to how I feel when I wear a Grand Octane. So for my liking, it's definitely on point. Now I have a 7-inch wrist. I'm about 5'7.5", 5'8", and I weigh about 170 pounds. So this is what a watch like this looks like on me. You can see it is a big, badass watch. I love it, you know, and what's interesting about these watches is I haven't reviewed a lot of Invictas for a while now, and you know, I go in waves, but you know, they sit in the box, and it's on my list of things to do and things to review, and every time I pop this box open and then throw these watches on my wrist, although this is not unsized, and I apologize for that, I don't want to size it if it's not something I'm going to keep, but it's just something that when I put it on, it just gives me the desire to grab another one. Even though I have 140 watches in my lineup, one thing I don't need is another watch. It just makes me want to go out and buy one. It's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at the design on that. I mean, it really is awesome. Now, guys, I know that some of you watch the videos and some of you say, you know, oh, I would never wear that, and that's okay. You know, my dad, this is not something my dad would wear. Although my dad does like to wear some Aragon watches. He has a few in his collection. I got him, what did I get him? I passed down a Neymar watch, which is a homage to a Rolex Submariner. He loves it. You know, there's a time and a place to wear different style and size watches. Remember, guys, don't take this hobby too seriously. You know, remember, the joy is buying these things, the excitement of seeing it online, the excitement of adding it to your collection, looking at them, feeling them, touching them, wearing them, discussing them, you know, people complimenting you on them. It's not meant to be a serious hobby. You know, we're not, you know, you don't buy Invicta watches to make money. Now, there are guys like Bulldog and guys who sell these things, and that's their business, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, when you guys, I review this stuff, I love it. Anytime you guys make a purchase, use my link, one of my affiliate links, I get a little something back. So it's fantastic to be able to do that. That's the icing on the cake. But the real love for this stuff is really wearing it, enjoying it. And whatever brand you may like, whether it be an Invicta, a Seiko, a Rolex, a Jacob & Company, whatever brand that you like that brings you happiness, remember, that's why we do this. That's why we wear these things. It's an accessory, guys, to me. It's not, I don't take this seriously like when I'm wearing this and I want to tell people about the movement. You know, I mean, I'll let you guys know what it has in it, and it's great that it has a name brand movement. But, you know, at the end of the day, what the joy in this is wearing this thing, you know, in normal times when things were, you know, more open, going to a restaurant, my family, in the past, going and having a couple beers somewhere, you know, wearing these things and having it be, you know, dressing it up with some nice boots, some nice jeans, leather jacket, looking your best, feeling your best, projecting, putting your best self out there, and you know, it just feels great, and that's why. You know, this is just an accessory. It's just like tattoos. It's like earrings. It's another accessory. And these things aren't meant to be taken so seriously that you're going to condemn other people for not liking what you like or them not liking what you like. It's the watch snobs that ruin this hobby. Any watch, again, if you guys haven't checked out my Facebook group, is really blowing up. Invicta Addiction. Become part of that. I love seeing the wrist shots. I monitor it daily, so although you don't see me comment a lot, I don't do a lot of wrist shots. I really built the group or made the group for everybody else. You can all share and explore this wonderful hobby of collecting watches and wearing watches, and that's what it's all about. Fun, guys. Fun, feeling your best, looking your best, and sharing it with other people. And so I encourage you guys, if you are a Facebook user and you haven't found Invicta Addiction, check it out. Find Phatkat Collections. It's another Facebook group where I'll put the deals up whenever I see like some of the Yell Tag events, or if Bulldog has a deal, I'll put it up on there. But definitely join the Invicta Addiction group. It's a great way to discover other brands. I can't tell you other brands and other models. And again, everybody's welcome. If you now, unfortunately, a lot of Rolex guys, a lot of luxury watch wearers would never become part of that. They would never associate. And that's why we call them snobs, because they would never get on there and be like, check out my Submariner. Now, I'm not overgeneralizing. I'm not saying there's not anybody out there. I know a lot of my subscribers are Rolex owners. One guy commented today, I love Omega and I love Invicta. So you can like both, you can not like both. But as long as you're nice to other people and respectable and respect what they like, you can be a smaller guy like myself. I don't think I'm a big guy. You can be a smaller guy and wear 70mm watches. It's all about what you like. I can tell you, you can, because you will get complimented. You will. So don't listen to some of these guys who look like they rolled out of bed in the morning. It's constipated channel. Don't listen to what he says. Oh, I only recommend a pro diver. Yeah, of course he only recommends that, because it only looks like what he likes, a Rolex. And any other watch that he doesn't like, he'll shit on. And guys like that don't deserve to be part of this great hobby of watch collecting. They're not collectors. They're troll-ass snobs who really are miserable with themselves. That's why they feel the need to put other people down. And so don't be part of that. Don't buy into that nonsense. Invicta's a great brand. Seiko's a great brand. There's lots of great brands out there. Wear these, have fun wearing them, and drop a comment. Tell me what you think, guys. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys listening to me rant all the time. This is definitely one you got to add to your collection. $349 shipped to your door. Bulldog Enterprise. Check out his other listings. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you're looking for a watch, I'm always helping people try to find one that they either are on the hunt for that particular model, or they're trying to decide between a couple watches. You know, I'm always here to help you guys. Like I said, I check my phone. You know, it's with me all the time. And I do treat this channel like a business, because it kind of is, you know. I mean, it's a business and it's a hobby. So it's something I enjoy to do, but something also I take seriously. So guys, you have a problem, you have a question, drop me a comment. I'm always here to help. If it is something, though, a lot of times you guys will give me a request, hey, review this model. All I can do is tell you guys that I can get inventory from Bulldog, but it's not on like a weekly basis. When I used to work with Aragon, I would pick out watches for three or four a week. They would send them to me for the most part. When they stopped working with YouTubers, they wanted to have what they call organic traffic. If you know, somebody like me who's passionate about watches, you don't consider that organic, I don't know what to tell you. I love this stuff. I love wearing these things. I wear them daily. I'm a huge fan of Aragon watches. I'm a huge fan of watches in general, obviously Invicta, but I can't really pull inventory from, I can't get every watch that you guys want me to review. So if there is one, drop me a comment. I'll respond. I'll do my best. But as far as the watches I have right now, I got 8 of them. That's 8 weeks of Invictas. So catch me on if you love the Invicta watches and you know, only like the channel for that. Know that I will always upload Invicta watch reviews for the last couple of years. For the most part, let me not say always. For the most part, on Saturdays. So I upload Fridays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. video release. Sometimes Wednesdays, but always on the weekends. Every weekend, if there is a weekend that there isn't a release, it's because I didn't have a chance to film the video, or I had some kind of issue. So, but the Invicta's watch reviews will always be on a Saturday. So when you're Saturday morning, get your coffee by 8 a.m. And again, guys, if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you're clicking the notifications on. You do that by clicking the bell. This way, anytime I upload a video on your Android device, I'm not sure about how it works on iPhone or Apple devices, but you'll get, like anybody I'm subscribed to, when they upload a video, I get a notification with the YouTube app that says, hey, such and such Phatkat Collections just uploaded a new video. So then you know to watch it. So definitely do that. You know, I think it's an easy way to not miss content. There's lots of guys I like, and I didn't do that, and I missed some content. And you know, as many times as I tell people, go to the videos and go back and look. It's over 1,000 videos now, guys. So there's all kinds of stuff and topics. Check it out. So let me know what you think. So you guys have a wonderful evening and take care.